Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tabletop Tactician and Operation Shining Path, Soviet Global Turn 5.1. Some minor housekeeping from the disastrous naval battle for the Americans from last turn here in A43. Early on, one of the Soviet destroyers did get a subsurface submarine target select, and that will, the Soviets would have target selected the nuclear attack boat as opposed to the diesel electric. So we just agreed to replace the nuclear attack boat with the diesel electric. With that being our only housekeeping, let's move on to our orders from the Minister of Defense. For Commander of Forces South America. Subject, taking the advantage. Comrades, the Americans are pushing to begin peace talks. It is time we take the upper hand so we may control these talks forced on us by the UN. Capture as many territories and align as many nations to the revolution. Commander, after your recent successes, the Premier has total faith you can bring glory to the Soviet people. But we certainly do not want to disappoint our glorious Premier. So starting with global operations here, we will be attempting to align the people of Bolivia once again with an insurgent. So we will take our one inherent die there. Then for, throw it. For one IPP, we have purchased an additional die. All right, we have our dice tower here. You can see 2 dice into the tower. And, well, they add up to above. But once again, a failure to place that insurgent. Pardon me. All right, on to combats, which, as you can see, we do have quite a few. I guess I should tell you my purchases first, though. Let's do that. We will spend 1 IPP on that dice that unfortunately failed. The GRU took their early funding and has not succeeded since. 12 IPP to buy 3 mechanized infantry, 6 for 2 SAMs, and 3 for 1 light infantry. We will build 1 cruise missile and 1 anti-ship missile. Alrighty. Now on to our attacks. Attack 1 here will consist of most of the 5th Squadron here. Bring that right over here. So the 5th Squadron consists of 2 destroyers and 3 frigates. However, one of these frigates will move in, but the forces here, also this diesel electric boat, will be a screening force attacking that sub. And the remaining frigate will be a continuing force. Should this battle be successful, the frigate will move to A41 and it will conduct a auto kill of that American tanker. So that'll cover attack 1 and 2. 2 is contingent. Attack 3, we will see the 22nd Guards Combined Arms Army, which consists of a SAM, and from it, which I have right up here, only the 3 tanks. The helicopter is saved for something else. They will move into Venezuela, attacking the 1 American light infantry. Attack 4, we'll see from Peru, 1 light infantry, the fighter, the attack bomber, and Captain G has decided not to scramble, so there will be no air, so the SAM will retire, but it will move in because it has to during combat. All right, last one here will be Ecuador. We will have the single mech remaining, and that attack helicopter will fly close air support. And there, Captain G just has that paramilitary defending. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and begin. We can do all of these over here, no need for the battle board. Excuse me. So starting off at battle 1, we will have 2 destroyers attacking at a 4. So we use 2 red dice for those. We'll have 2 frigates at a 2. Use this blue die. And lastly, the SSK at a 3. Use a gray die. All right. All these here into the dice tower, and we will score plenty of hits. So you got a 3 there from a destroyer, a 3 from a sub, and a 2 from a frigate, and oh, that was a target select too. Well, 4 hits. The American sub is very dead. So Captain G will get one last snapshot torpedo down one of the lines, and we will go ahead and defend that. Same die here. I moved it. Shouldn't have. So gray 3 into the tower. That will be a miss. So the Americans will go to the bottom just as before. And that will resolve battle 1. That will then allow the frigate to move and auto kill our tanker, resolving battle 2. So what that tanker will do for us is it is an automatic 2 IPP, or not an automatic removed, but it will cost the Americans 2 IPP per turn, as that is now destroyed. Fantastic. Moving on to battle 3, we will have change out here. So the SAM is in the battle here, but it has retired. So we will have 3 main battle tanks versus the 1 paramilitary. So those 3 MBTs will attack at a 4. There is no terrain here. That paramilitary will defend at a 2. So we'll roll 3 red dice, looking for a 4 or less, and Captain G 1 blue dice, looking for a 2 or less. Into the tower, we have a 3, and a 1, and a 6 for the main battle tanks, and a 5. So the Americans will miss in their defense, and we will capture Venezuela for the Soviet cause. Alrighty. Moving right along with great success. The Premier is very pleased with his new commander. Alrighty. Battle 4, Captain G has elected not to scramble, but we have, yeah, this is working well, I like this. We have our fighter, our attack bomber, and our light infantry. The SAM is here, but it has retired as it has no eligible targets, and the American light infantry there. All right, so the mech will attack at a 2, but the American will defend at a 2 there. So the mech will attack at a 2. The fighter will attack at a 6. And actually, I only have 3 colors of dice right now, so we'll change that to a 7 and roll our attackers first. Pardon me. So we're looking for a red 2 or less, blue 7 or less, and gray 6 or less. Into the dice tower. And we have a blue 2, a red 3, a gray 11. So the attack bomber will hit. And we'll just go ahead and keep that red die here at a 2. We'll roll that. And that is a 9. Captain G, I'm sorry, I would have figured you would have got a hit by now. Right, so then the Soviets will capture the Amazonas, resolving battle 4. Fantastic. So our mech and our SAM will stay. We will land the fighters and fighter and attack bomber in non-combat. In our last battle here, we will have our attack helo, our mech, and a single American paramilitary. Excuse me, for Battle 5. The mech is in mountains, so it does see a combat penalty. However, because of the attack helicopter running close air support, we will get to remain at a 3. So we're looking for blue 3 or less, gray 6 or less, and Captain G to successfully defend will need a 2 or less here. And to the dice tower, and our attack helo will hit, miss our mech, and the Americans will miss. Most unfortunate, Captain G. And we will go ahead and capture Ecuador for the Soviet cause, spreading the revolutionaries and no longer blockaded as it is owned by the proper faction. Alright, so nothing real complex, just a large number of attacks here. Our attack helo will land in Peru. Attack bomber will land in Peru. The fighter will land in Colombia. Our air superiority fighter will move 1, 2, also into Peru. And that is every unit on the board except for the nuclear attack boat. Okay. On to our placement of units. Right. So we fired nothing, so we will add a cruise missile and a anti-ship missile to our dashboard. That puts us at 4 anti-ship missiles and 3 cruise missiles. Captain G, I know I messed that up on last turn, so let me know if you're reflecting the same. We will build 1 SAM in Colombia, 1 SAM in Peru, 1 light infantry, and 1 mech. And you can't even see. My apologies. So 1 SAM in Colombia, 1 SAM in Peru, 1 mech and light infantry in Peru. I do believe those are eligible for 4 units placed. Yeah, no, only 2. So we will move that light infantry down to Buenos Aires, and we will build 1 more mech here in Peru. I will be adding some task force markers, and the last mech will go into Chile. Spreading apart our defense here as we get to what could be the very last turn. The Americans have some pesky airbornes and an attack helicopter. So I suspect 5.2 will be very interesting, Captain G. This has been the Tabletop Tactician. Thank you all for watching. If this is in fact the last turn of Operation Shining Path, it's been a pleasure, Captain G. After getting through that first game, really was able to form a good long-term strategy here, and it's been a pleasure. So if you all are looking to get into this game, Scenario Zero, it's an absolute blast, really fun. It makes it really interesting right here between Sao Paulo and Buenos Aires, to only be able to do an amphibious assault into either zone. It really makes it so it's not a bloodbath in the beginning that just ends rather quickly. So a lot of fun. Captain G, best of luck on 5.2. My apologies, everyone. 2 turns in a row I've forgotten to film Collect Income. I guess as a typical communist here, I don't care too much about money. Our base income will move to 4 with the controlling of Colombia and now the new capture of Venezuela. a standard bonus of 10 for wartime, 4 for holding the Falkland Islands, and 8 for 1 per each territory held. So that does not have an active bonus. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up there in Columbia, 7, and 8. Thanks for watching. On to Captain GM 5.2.